Right, let's see if normal I can break this. I'm always good at breaking it. So the intention in this one is for people to come and have a chat. Right, okay. And I can still see what bull is knocking around, and you can still have a good look. It's Aberdeen bus videos, but I've lost my name to my real name. How come you've lost your name to your real name? Yeah, it's good that you could put better things in your bus, but we live 45 minutes away from the bus. And it's about a bit of a chance whether we can get there or not. I mean, because he's announced another 3 bleeding weeks, we're going to have to try and get up there again without being stopped. And hope for the best. And I think we can do it. We'll have to see. I mean, it's difficult to work in the engineering field with social distancing. I mean, what if someone wants a spanner and we're meant to launch it across the shed? Yeah, mate, got to pass us the 12mm. Bang! Oh, sorry, mate, my aim was off. Hit you on the head. Sorry. How does that work? Because I had train videos on my channel. Okay, fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. Streaming mode is active. Very nice. So, I think while I do this, we will have a... Well, you're not going to get to see these, obviously, because these are for future. That's a good point. Throw the impact across the shed. You know, throw the drill. It's gonna hurt. Now, we could. However, for security reasons, A, my bus is off the road. It is untaxed. So is everything in the shed. And the owners put cars across the door to stop any unauthorised activities, we'll call them, of happening, because there's obviously the not normal amount of people that are there. So, buses can't go out. Although I am filling up my jerry can to put in 96. Probably do that tomorrow night or something like that. Don't want to store like 20 litres of diesel in my flat for too long, it'll smell horrible. About the same here, except for we don't put petrol in them, we put diesel in them. And to be fair, me and Sean were discussing this the other night. We reckon that in mine I've got about 100 litres. So it's not too bad. 96, however, has got about 20 if it's lucky, I'd say. It's probably got more coolant in it than fuel. But hey up. Yeah, 96 don't have much fuel in it. It's running on fumes, probably. Volvo. It's a true rock box. Being a Volvo means it'll sit there and just corrode into bits. Which is interesting, really. What does the bus hold? 120? If a bus held 120 litres, mate, it wouldn't get through a day's service. Bus tank is normally between 200 and 250, and a coach's tank is anywhere between 250 and can be upwards about 600 litres. Dunkirk. Hi, the other week when I was talking to you, Stagecoach was cold. I've slept since then, mate. It is a lot of diesel and it's very expensive when you want to fill it. You know, you stand there at the pump going, my wallet. You can feel it burning a hole in your pocket. Especially if you've got someone else filling it up for you and you stood there just watching it tick over and you're like, right, you can stop now. And then you can go in there and go, and they go, what pump is it, sir? Whichever one that big piece of shit is on over there. That's just £136. I heard that. 136? Well, it turns out I had a look into that observation game. I have played it since. Excuse me, noise. Played it since I finished the stream, and I completed it. Literally after we'd got out of that room. You mess about a bit, kill the captain, kill Jim again, and that's that. That's the game complete. I'm going to revisit it because I've got a few achievements that I've not completed yet on it, but I will revisit it because it was quite a good ending, to be fair. I think I only paid like £6.99 for it. It's quite a good game. Well, it isn't Al Martwell Field. Do you know why it's not Al Martwell Field? Because I tenner bet you I'll be the one putting the fuel in it. Because I'll be the one using it and playing with it. I'll just screw his figures all right up. Well, I can revisit that. It's... Now I know what I'm doing, we can revisit the game, and it should only take me about an hour, 2 hours and a half to complete. And we can have a look at the... I'm missing one of the achievements which we need to go through and do anyway, which is like you download all the information off all the laptops and you gather all the information. So that's not... We can do that. Man, I don't know, I've not been in. I got in today and they went, see ya. And little note said on pay, and I shot out of that building like a missile out of Kansas silo. I was gone. Like, before you change your mind, I'm off. So, hi Daniel, I'm alright tonight, thank you. The B10's top speed. Would you like the speedometer speed or the GPS speed? Because neither of them agree with each other. If you're on the speedometer, it's 56 mile an hour. If you're on GPS, it's about 50. And about 57 on the speedometer, 51 on the GPS. It empties its coolant all over the floor, and that's that. It isn't speed limited because it's limited by its gearbox. Oh, I like that, Stefan. Careful you don't get nailed with copyright on that music, pal. Paid license. Well, my engine's a good engine, it's just its cooling is a bit south. Depends what gearbox you've got in as well and what type it is. Hi John. What the rest about? To be honest to God, actually, you'd think it does poor MPG, especially at the top speed. It doesn't do that bad because once it's up to that speed, the engine doesn't have to work as hard to keep it up at that speed. It's getting it to that speed, the bit that takes the fuel. Now, but getting it to the speed is the issue. Keeping at the speed, it's not, I wouldn't say it's economical, but it's a bit more, you'll get about 10 to 15 mpg out of it. It doesn't sound a lot, granted, but 10 to 15 mpg out of a 10 litre engine, well, 9.7 litre turbo diesel, isn't bad for moving 10.5 ton. At low speed, it's not actually that bad. It's quite economical as long as you keep it going. It's not. When they were back in the day and they were stopping and starting at bus stops all day, they weren't very economical. It got a lot less economical, my bus, when the kickdown got re-enabled. As Sean turned on that one, and when he worked out where the kickdown was, then you get single figures out of it. Probably. Yeah, that's not fair. It only gets revved the arse of it when it's going uphill, setting off some traffic lights. Yes, we will be getting to Scotland at some point. Obviously, things have to come first. I've been asked this question quite a lot recently. Including someone on one of the ticket machine videos decided to ask, one sec, let me get it up on this screen because I don't want to show you the back end of the comments. It was on the ticket machine video. Oh, my internet's quick as normal. Where is it? I thought this bus was going to NX Dundee and they have different machines now. They may have had different machines, but that's the machine that we got. The plan is that we will get it up to Scotland. When it's become a difficult factor at the moment. We've worked it out roughly by calculations that we reckon it will take about 400 litres in fuel to get there and get back. It'll probably take less to get back than to get there, but we reckon with a bit of margin it's about 400 litres. Which the brainiacs amongst you can work out it's 2 tanks of fuel. While we're up in Scotland, Who knows how much fuel we're going to use up there. But we will take it round several places. We do intend on spending about a week up there. Hopefully Scott Bus Preservation will be able to help us out with the storage while we're up there. And that's all in the game, but that's who we tend to store it with, is Scott Bus or the museum. One or the other. Scott Bus would be our preferable choices. We do know people for Scott Bus. Let's have a look. Bredgrin, the economical factor of buses is how many cars it can take off the road. Well, it depends on how you drive it. You know, you could go taking out many cars. It's very economical then. Will the B10 make it to Scotland without overheating? Stop picking on my bus. It will make it to Scotland without overheating. Even without fixing that fan, it will make it. Because what we don't want to do is, because we want to film this and go into Scotland and make a trip out of it, we don't want to just sit on the motorway all the way there, all the way back, because that's boring. None of you want to see me, Mark, Sean, and whoever else comes drive a bus on a motorway for a day. That's boring. It's just boring. So what we're estimating it'll take a day to get there, a day to get back, because of the way we want to do it. We want to go up one side of the country, visiting places like Carlisle, different places. Probably take a little bit of a detour to Southport, stuff like that, just where we can document our trip and view and take the bus to people on our way up there. Basically, we want to show the bus off to as many of our wonderful YouTube viewers and Patreon people that we can during the trip. We know some of you are down south way, and we'll sort that out at some point. But everyone that's up north side of it, we want to be able to take the bus to people. So we want to go up one way, then come down another. When we're in Scotland, again, we'll sort out stuff and we'll make it all public weeks before we do it. Because something like this needs to be planned down to the T. Because we need to make sure we've got backups of everything. Because I do believe we are just taking the bus. I don't believe we're bringing a support vehicle with us. We are just taking the bus at the moment. We may take a support vehicle, but again, that's more fuel. So it's one of them. We'll just have to see. Stephanie's now also taking the Michael. You've clearly got a lot of faith in the cooling system. I know you're watching, Stefan. It cools the bus down. You can thrash that bus round Great Harwood for hours and it won't overheat. You take it on a motorway at full whack for any amount of time, it will overheat. If you're starting and just cruising, it did the entirety of the Snake Pass without overheating. The problem with the Snake Pass is one of the body panels fell off. I was in the process of falling off, as Mr. Hindle will remember. So it will make it. You know, no one's got any faith in her. But yeah, when we're up in Scotland, again, as I say, we'll publicise, we'll work out where we're going to take it. We're going to try and do a deal with Explore Dundee, as they are now, to do a little mini event with them, past and present. But we want things to be right and everything to be perfect. So it all will be planned probably months ahead. So everybody will get a fair notice. We'll do a video on it. We'll post the dates on the website, Instagram, Twitter, Twatter, whatever you want to call it, Facebook. They'll all be there. Sorry, pal, that's funny. Taking the piss. I'll be billing you more money at this rate if you carry on, mate. '96 doesn't have more chance because it overheats when it's idling. Yeah, probably, yeah, take it Blackpool. Pick up Mark on the way. It might be something like that. It might be up the coast and then back over to Scotland and down the other coast. You know, it's... As I say, it's all got to be planned and worked out to... Because once we've got a route, we'll be able to definitely say, right, this is how much fuel we're going to use. This is how much fuel we reckon we're going to use. And we can work from that and work out getting the money together to do it. I mean, we don't want to set off with not having the full amount of money or having anything in spares and reserves. So it will be one of them. Stefan. Hang on, Stefan. I'm glad you popped up. I can now make you blue. Welcome to the team. Tit. Let's have a look. 96, yeah, we've done 96. Which bus is like wacky races? Mine or 96? They both are. Favourite. Well, yeah, it will eventually end up in Scotland for a week. Well, 5 days. But the other thing we've got to take into account with this is because we'll be a group of people, we're transporting people up there, we have to comply with domestic driving hours because it's a private vehicle. So it becomes a bit more complicated. No, it's because all the coolant comes out the coolant cap because the seal went about 3 years ago. It ain't getting there in this October, that's for sure. We're just getting the money together for the insurance at the moment. We've had no chance this year to make any money. So we was going to try and do it this year, but everything that's gone on, there's no way it's possible. Maybe next year. Do you think the bus will make 22 miles from Dundee to Perth? Definitely. Definitely. It went from Manchester to Town and District in Accrington without overeating. On the motorway. It will do it, it just doesn't like doing it. There's a difference. I'm taking fun of my bus. It is hard times at the moment. How's the retail life, Stefan? You're one of the only people that have a fully safe job. Any routes from Hyde Road stopped. The plan that they've got is that no routes will stop. They all should run. But it is a very reduced service at the moment. And should most probably will be reducing again at least a few more times. Well, yeah, the 143s have and the 147s, but the 147s are only there for the students. Most of which have a certain ethnic background and coming on the train. They're not coming in on the train. But the route that they serve is still served by a bus, so it's not that bad. Forgot about the 143s and the 147s. The 147 is just great when you turn right onto Charles Street. Ding, 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 ding. Where you going, driver? Is this bus not going Manchester? No. It did last week. Did it? Bet it didn't. It's so. It's been busy, but it seems to have fun. Does that mean I can come do my shopping and not have to queue up for a flipping week? Nothing's like going shopping and going, look at the queue. That's just to get in. I've been shopping at Lidl. No one seems to want to shop at Lidl. It's quiet. These videos that I'm doing here, we've put quite a lot of effort into them. So we're hoping that you do like them. They will be out at the end of next month, because these need to go on the Patreon first now. I know it actually now makes sense for people to run for the 192. Actually makes sense, because they're not every 3 flipping seconds. I like how we got an inspector in town, but really what he actually is a toilet attendant, because he's only there to let us into the toilet from like 7 till 6. Gary C, from every 10 seconds, are you kidding? It's every 3. Feels like every 3 seconds. Yeah. Just because you can use the non-public entrance. Twat. Well, if your car running early and running on time, then yeah, they are running to time. Apart from on the way back in, and then you're always late for some reason. Don't know why. Seems to give you more times going out than they do going in. Crazy Pete. We're all going good, mate. All going good. Just losing the will to live. I remember someone put a comment up here before. I think I bypassed it. Ah yeah, Nathan Holloway. Must be driving you mad that you can't go to the shed to work on the bus. We're still going shed. It's just that the way the shed is operating at the moment is that we don't have too many people in there. It's a large building, so you can get away with having a few people there and everybody being able to keep social distancing. Although it is a voluntary work, it is our workplace. We can't work from home, and a lot of the vehicles that if no one worked on them for however long this is going to happen, then we'd all end up with massive bills. So we'd rather go up for the day in rotation of taking turns than not go up at all. What's the 88 that does? It's the 288. Yeah, I think D&G still run it. I've not seen it in ages. As the bus geek is here, has anyone noticed who is taking over MCT's most of their routes? Talk about going from a company who can't run a bus company to another company who can't run a bus company. Go from bad to worse, let's see who's better. Diamond or MCT? Let it rumble. Neither did I until I seen them. In Manchester, D&G, I don't know. How's the 288? The 288 is one of my bus's videos, apart from Oliver was unable to navigate around the airport. We went on a world trip around the pissing airport. It went through every building site this side of Manchester to do that. A guided tour of, oh look, a building site. And on your right, you'll see a JCB. On your left, you'll see 4 guys, only one's actually working. Diamond can't run a normal service, and yet they've taken on all these services. That'll be fun. Oh, is that on your channel, June? Yeah, 288. East Didsbury to Manchester Airport and return. It's the one where we freaked the woman out in the bus station because we pulled in, and she came walking out with her walkie-talkie. You're one of the replacement buses? No. Imran Fenton, hi, how are you? And the bus, give me a shout out. You've had your shout out. Don't know what you do. The bus can't give you a shout out, it can't speak. It can growl, but it can't speak. I didn't know they'd give up their wig and stuff. My contacting source needs sacking. Hi Jordan, when will the night videos be on Patreon? Like, the 96 ones should already be on Patreon. I'm sure they should be. Let me have a check. I'm sure I've put them on. No. Published. Tit. 96 ones are on there. These two will be on Patreon later tonight. We're still on target near enough for the month, so we're just carrying on as we are. Hopefully when we next get to the shed we'll have a few more stuff to get on. I want balls up recording. Now where have I heard Warrington's on before? Oh yeah, my ticket machine. Now GMPTE, I remember them. This will be one of them videos that I go mental with and even post on TFGM's own Twitter. I've taken a look, come with me and you'll see your history. Hi Jordan, hope you're well. Enjoying the 96 videos. Hi Kenneth! You've made a live stream, mate. Well done. Well done. You finally got one. I'm glad you're enjoying the 96s videos. I know once you've seen one, then seeing the uncut ones a bit, it's sort of like spotting. What I'm thinking of doing in future is just having used to see the actual video that we get put out, and then just seeing like the outtakes that we've taken out of it, if you know what I mean. I'm the JPT from Milton. Old those buses chugged. Oh, JPT and Bluebird were great. Drivers were off the flipping head, half of them. I know that because I work with some of them. Fucking mentalists. You know, you blink and they go, meow. What the fuck? You know, you miss them. We still got one of old Bluebirds hiding in our backyard, rotting away. We'll work on something. I mean, during this lockdown, we've got a lot of time to tweak stuff, and that's what we've been using this opportunity for, which is why we started the Discord and stuff like that. We've been using this time to just tweak and fine-tune some certain aspects of the channel and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. And you know, the Discord's a great way for people that are in the industry and people who want to come into the industry, or you know, vice versa. You can all share stories out on there and just give each other advice, basically, on bus driving, train spotting, general life. You know, it's all there, and that gives everyone a chance. So if you are new and you are watching the channel and you want to come into the industry, pop into the Discord chat. The link is in the description. The link's always live. Won't be cancelled, that one. And ask away. There's plenty of bus drivers in there. A few ex-bus drivers, different companies, stuff like that. It's one of the places that everyone can be in. All I'd say is no hate. Try not to slag off the company you work for, because you don't know who is in there. So I'll try and stay positive. I know it's hard, especially when you get passionate sometimes. But I mean, if you don't say who you work for, no one knows what to do with it. But that's where I'm going to go with that one. Let's have a look. Stefan, what annoyed me the most about JPT is at one point they won't buy anything unless it was new. Then all of a sudden 50-year-old Olympians were the oldie order of the day. That's until a woman de-roofed one of them and was fueling it. I still don't know how you do that. Bang! What? It's normal. This has got a bit lighter, this bus. How do you call that normal? Do you remember? I think Stefan was there. Do you remember their breakdown van in the yard? And then me and him went and visited the yard with someone who will remain nameless on here. But we went there and you sort of had this open top bus now. And we couldn't work it out because when we were looking at this bus that had been de-roofed a few weeks before, right? There were like 3 posts which were still upright. All the other posts were flattened. There was like 3 that were bang on upright still, and it's sort of like, how the hell is them 3 still upright and all the others have been flattened? The next to this de-roofed bus was the roof of the bus. It was great. Well, I didn't know what it was, but you remember. See, you remember. I think they had a shitty tow truck as well. Can't remember who else I'm mentioning this. That'll do for I can't. I'll have to go back to it. I can't remember who else I mentioned. How often? Well, we were there we had a 3-week gap between a month and 3-week gap. This time, because of how it's worked out, I think there's only going to be about 2 weeks between, but then after that it might be another long break. So, with there actually as well only being 2 of us, filming up there is difficult. Getting stuff done. I mean, we are getting a lot more done, but getting stuff done is a bit difficult, and filming it at the same time, it is really one of them at the moment. Because we're trying to get as much as we can out of one video as well. Which is why, if you would notice, there's 2 parts to that video, or possibly 3. And thanks to the owner, there might be a 4th now. If we don't hit him over the head first with one of the light fittings. Because he really couldn't count. And it might not be me that hits him with one. I think Sean might hit him over the head with one at this rate. But he don't mind me speaking like that, but he knows I take the mick out of him, so he'll get his own back at some point in some video. What he doesn't know is I edit the videos, so I can always take it out. It's part of the advantage of being the editor. Oh, you've changed your mind again, Stefan. Whichever one it was, I've got a picture of it somewhere. We'll have a look through my pictures in a minute, because I have got it, and I've got the roof on the floor. Because I've done this now, so let's just take a quick look through. I think they're in this folder. Yes, they are. Yep, there we go. So we had the lovely... I own all these pictures as well, by the way, so don't try and copy them. The Enviro 400 they had. The bus nerds can go mad, whatever this piece of crap is. What about a whole bulb over his head and then plug him into the starter as well? See if he'll light the bulb up. Whatever that thing is. And we had the yard, so we had these. You can just see the post there. That yellow, that green slight post is the post that it's the only one on the bus, and it was upright. How? No one knows, but it was upright. And it was a clean break, so how the hell that who knows? And then you had the crappy tow truck that never got used. That thing, again. Their poor excuse of a service van. They weren't a bad operator. Just a bit lackadaisious. Hey, remember when a weekly was like £4? Day saver £2.80. Flipping hell. Can't even get on a bus. You can go anywhere pointful now for £2.80. And then we have the original images of when I started out bus spotting as a kid to deal with bullying. Not quite the right hobby to take up if you're being bullied, really, is it? I'm being bullied, so I'm going to take up bus spotting. So the bullies can bully me more about being a sad at bus spots. That makes sense. We've got some of these bags of shite that we had out. Who remembers Finland? Another operator. That was a bus war between these and Stagecoach on the 42s. And the 41s and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Stagecoach won, considering that Finland's went bust. What brilliant buses these. 17658, absolute beasts of buses these. And then Shoedill, where me and Stefan always got in trouble in Shoedill. We'd always ask them, and we'd tell them where we're going to stand and everything, and bus drivers would be like, you can't stand there if TFGM spot ya. You'll be asked to leave and you can't take photos on the bus station. Wanna bet? Twat. If they knew where we was, they knew what we were doing. There's that thing. Less said about that thing. It's 12047, I think. It's, yeah. Another MEN. I think that's 19099, I think. Something like that. It's an old one, so it's one that goes like stink. Well, bought by first, went bust, same difference. Another Trident out of focus. I was mint as a bus spotter of taking out of focus pictures. Absolute mint. That bus that you wasn't sure about, I done checked, it's called an Enterprise bus. Okay. Oh, you mean, I think it's a President. Stefan will know. Was DIJ a President? Remember them being silver? And the unmissable to the Trafford Centre. And when the 43 used to come up the tram tracks, and we had Mosley Street Station here. A poor excuse for a bus, otherwise known as a solo. I always used to love. I'm not a bus spotter anymore, and I couldn't give a flying toot. But anyway, I used to love Finland's because they had electronic blinds. So you used to see them change as they pulled up. You didn't actually have to have someone stand there and go with the blind. Travel Master as a bus company. Charlotte! You could tell it was a budget, people, because nothing matched. Oh, right, okay. B10s. The pride of First Fleet, a B10, I think. Another ugly piece of shit. JPT drivers are always quite happy. I think it was JPT that tend to have an issue with us. I wonder if Johnny's bus is in here. I mean, look at him, he's a happy soul. He's happy. Got a thumbs up and a smile, he's happy. And he's Plaxton. How many drivers can you get on one bus? I'm sure I know him. Sure I do. But another prime example of JPT there. Then that thing again. Yeah, you save her. Eat it. The unmissable. Some of these will come back round again because of how they've been taken and put in this folder. Bluebird! Speak of the devils, Bluebird will appear. Inspectors before they all got rid of them. How old are the photos these are? I can't tell you because I don't know. But you're talking when I was like 16, so good 10 years old, possibly. I mean, they're old enough that MENs are still operating on the 218s and Stagecoach are still operating them. So they are quite old. And we've still got a mixture of flip dot and roller blind still in use. But yeah, actual dates on these I don't know, not without looking on Facebook if they're still on there. Iconic statement for first start, really, isn't it? I will give you a heads up once I've done this. I'm going because I'm on an early tomorrow. A Eurobus. Didn't you like that one, Stefan? The Eurobus 1183. Ashton bus station before they've torn it all down. (18185). You'll see some of the buses that I actually drive here now. No idea. It's too blurred. The thing with JPT is, right, I don't think they ever had a livery because not really one of their buses was the same livery. I know it's some good memories in it. I took all these from Facebook. 236 as MENs. There's Mary's bus in one piece. It's a little less in one piece now after Kean had a go at it. These photos are old enough that the 168 still ran. I mean, you can tell they're old because you've still got JPT running in them. And a lot of these routes have gone and the metro shuttles have now gone. It's just the free bus service. There's nothing distinguishing town from a certain year. Apart from there's tridents running around. You could get a great shot like that, right? This wouldn't be in focus, but this stupid cow here is in focus. I don't. It's the same type as Mary's heap of shite that he's got. I don't know what fleet number Mary's is, but that's 34031. Probably if you have a check on Town and District's website, you probably work out which one he's got, but it's the same type. Either way, it's still in better condition than Mary's bus. I mean, all the panels are attached to it. See, I don't have any pictures of it, but I remember the dragons, which are the triaxles that we had in Manchester. They just tear this corner to shreds, getting up onto the. They're coming that way, getting up onto the 43 stand, the 143 stand. Yeah, 169 still ran, and it was a trident. 17616, no idea where that's gone. Who remembers that? That is iconic, and there's no prize, but who can tell me where that bus is from? It's an iconic bus, that. Don't know where it is now. I think it's left to rot somewhere, but it's iconic. Number 40660. Anyone but Stefan. I have to wait for the delay in the chat. Trying to find stuff that dates these photos. It's the, I said apart from Stefan, but yeah, it's the Curry bus. Coronation Street. It was an interesting bus because after so many years, it could only ever display the Coronation destination display on the front. And when their really reliable up to solo broke down every single day in Glossop, that was the bus they sent out to it. And they'd have to stick in the window 390 because Weatherfield was the only thing that would be on the front. And they used to use it on the staff bus, which is what that photo is. It's doing staff duties because you could get away with a step bus on a staff duty. Now that dates Manchester City Centre. Because this is the entrance to the bus station. If I remember rightly. It's when you could actually do 2 lanes of traffic across the front of Portland Street. Yeah, because there's Dawson's. So yeah, that is the entrance. There's that one again. You look at some of the prices listed on these buses. The fares haven't gone up that much. So like whenever this one was taken, the driver would have been really happy because he's got a white bus on a Magic. I would say what the fares are, but I can't because I can't zoom in. That is the problem with being an underprivileged person. The camera quality of stuff I got was poor, but you know, my mum treated me brilliantly and she gave me every penny she had, basically. And if I wanted a camera, she'd get me one. She was great. Yeah, the infamous Solo 47559, which yeah never seemed to work properly. Really. This picture. Right. I was just reading some of the chat. This picture defines bus driving. Back in the day when passengers didn't complain about the smallest little thing. He sat at traffic lights reading the newspaper. Yeah, as I say, some of these get duplicated. What 12014, I think that is. It's probably broken now. The dragons, Gary C. The triaxes. I don't think I have any pictures of the triaxes. Which is a shame. Really. Oh look, when 192s used to be white and not green. Again, another photo that's not in focus. 17648. And the lovely, famous, or should be famous, T68s trams that Metrolink had. Before they sort of cheaped out and went crap. That is, if I actually rotate it, the Northwestern training bus. I can't remember which company it was. Stefan will know what company it was. We'll know which company had. I'm sure the Stagecoach had the red Northwestern training bus. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it in this folder. It's come to an end. I had loads. I mean, these are just some, but my Facebook has had loads on, and I've just not got round to getting them all off yet. Yeah, the T68s were yes, they are. I do have a lot of tram pictures as well. Let me boot up my actual Facebook on here. And Stefan, you should have said that sooner. Now, when do I get to my photos? Albums. The reason I'm doing this on this other screen is because I don't want to show people everything, obviously. Because I do have private photos of other people's in there from when I've done stuff for people. I've lost. Oh yeah, I'm on the same window. I thought it was Stagecoach. No. See, I was great at taking not in focus pictures. Stefan will remember this one. This was their mock-up tram 1003, which they mocked up into their livery. It looked like a dog had thrown up all over it. And then shat it out. Yes, the hybrids are going blue, but they've got staying green. Yeah, that. Heap of crap. I don't actually think, Stefan, in here I've got my tram. 1020. What, 22? 1020! There's a story behind 1020, because it nearly ploughed me down. Well, it didn't plough me down, it hit a car that nearly ploughed me down. 1001, the first one. I do these and stuff like this because it gives people a chance to actually interact as well. This dates the city centre. This is St Peter's Square, which is now called Exchange Square, which is in front of Manchester Library. It only used to be 2 tracks, it's now 4. Just let me have a drink, my throat's going. Right, and most of the buses that came up Oxford Road, if you was on the right side of the gardens, you'd go up Portland Street. If you was on the left side of the gardens, as you look at it facing Primark, you'd come through the square in front of the library, and then you'd go up the tram tracks with the trams into the gardens. And now all this is gone. None of this exists anymore. It's just trams, that's it. It's a shame, really. I have, but they like to have these telephone interviews and I'm crap at them. Yeah, the high-techness of putting the board in the window to where the tram was going. It's class. But I remember with Stefan, plenty of times we would stand. It's called Exchange Square now. Not St. Peter's anymore, it's Exchange Square. Yeah, no, I remember resembles Houston, yeah. But Stefan, do you remember standing at the bottom of here with pennies? We were testing, really immaturely, we were testing which trams would take the pennies with them. It turns out all the old ones, these ones, left the pennies on the track all flattened. All the new ones would take the pennies with them. But yeah, I remember doing that. That was good fun, that. Shows the maturity levels there of us, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not that good with the telephone interviews. But yeah, I remember standing there and filming them coming, like, bombing down here. They used to fly down there. Yeah, the quality of camera hasn't really improved over the time. And then we got these things, which are shite. It's when they're still at the station. But the older ones just look better. They could go around the corners quicker, they weren't as noisy. They were much better trams, the older ones. And they had an air horn, so not one of them sounded like each other. I'll leave it with that one. Hey mate, you've changed a bit. Sorry. Yes, Brad, they are. They're an absolute nightmare. This is up at the GMX now. This building here is the Nightingale Hospital that they've supposedly built. But they haven't. They've just put beds in a building. But yes. There's a prototype in the museum. See, the new trams are that much of a cock-up, right? These red signs, some of them used to have M5000 only written above them. And then black signs, because both trams had to have 2 different speed limits. Like here. they're only for the M5000s. We are trying to do something. we are trying to do something with trams at some point in the future, maybe. Just need to work on a few things. It'd be an interesting one. We're back at the beginning. I think we are. Yeah, we are, because we've seen 1020 several times. Right, let me hop back over here a second. Get rid of that. I'll send you that one, Stefan. Good picture, that. Just looking for pictures that sort of shows Manchester for what Manchester was. Stefan, as you seem to be the target now, I've got some more for you. Do you remember these? This is when we used to work on pantos and get very drunk. Very drunk. I think that, Stefan, is Claire. I think. Can't quite remember. I'll stuff it. Here we go. Mark. Bloody hell, I must send who that is to them. Holy cow. Wow. That's when the old trams were great. They were a bit rockety, but they were great. But yeah, we used to do theatre, sound and lighting for theatre group, and oh, it was good fun. You'd start off with the panto, and at the start of the panto you're like, oh, don't know the moves, don't know the songs. Come the end of the week, we're all trying to do lighting and sound whilst dancing along and singing along to the panto songs. It was great fun and carnage. Bloody hell. Virgin Trains as well. They've only just gone, but these, 2012, these ones. This will give you dates, these. Another day when we used to sit on the station and it would just piss it down. I do miss doing... See, I used to do the trains... Yeah, it's like being on a boat, yeah. I missed doing the train spotting, but I didn't really do train spotting in the end. It was more just people watching and, you know, you'd sit there and watch the wood. There's young me. Sat in a Pendolino cab. There might be a young Stefan in here sat in a Pendolino cab, but I don't think there is. Yes, there is. A completely blurred and out of shot focused picture of Stefan sat in a Pendolino cab, looking possibly questionable or scared stiff. It's unsure. He will kill me at some point. It's a shame them pictures never came out. But the driver was in a bit of a rush because the driver decided to let us on last second to sit and take these pictures. And literally as we got out, he was given right away. It was one of them, but lovely cabs. Steam engines. Model making. I used to do it all. More buses. Virgin in 2011. Northern Mail. Not my models, they're someone else's. Not borrowed. Stagecoach. Easy Office. I'm hating this. It's all memories which are just... Apparently that's East Midlands trains, but it looks more like a sky to me. Oh, Stefan, you remember this one. Remember just going in Ardwick and just sitting at Ardwick Station and watching the stuff barrel down cross country. It's when I was passionate this about my hobbies, and you know, it's the thing, as soon as you let people into stuff like this, and you know, back in once workmates find this out, they just take the piss. That's basically the base of it. Stefan, do you remember the 1940s weekend and how we chased these engines up and down the fucking rails? That was a great day, that. There's Stefan again. How times have changed. It's the loon and the retard. Oh dear. How things have changed, but we chase these engines up and down. I don't, the problem is, I don't know where in this the HST is. I spotted, we had the HST in Manchester Piccadilly, and I don't know where it's gone. I think it's might have been in there. But it's not, so we don't know. I don't know where it's gone. But there's some London photos in here as well. Might be in one of these dated photo ones. But it was like sort of I wasn't with Stefan. I think I was with Taylor, and we didn't know it was coming in. Everyone else seemed to know it was coming in, but we didn't. And it was a bit of a rush, so I don't know where they've gone. But I used to take pictures of all sorts, literally. Shall we get rid of this Christmas song? There's me as a young boy. This was 2011. I only ever used to wear combat pants. Nice 08. It's a good day, that. It was the days when I didn't really have much money, so all that... I can't remember who I was with. I might have been with Taylor, or I might have been with you, Stefan. But all we could afford was on the station. So that's what we did. And that was great fun. I've got bloody all sorts in here. London, Northern, Moor River. Go away. Model railways, when I used to start with that, I was building an exhibition piece at one point. That was Taylor's Model Railway. It was great. Woodhead. Model Railway shows. More Reaver, more stuff. 44871 in Victoria. Didn't really get many pictures of that, because I think I got them pictures as I was filming. What else have we got in here? There is Manchester Piccadilly. Can't remember who I was with, but we waited ages for this. I think I was with you, Stefan. And yeah, London's the first place I've been south. As I was saying before, I haven't come from any sort of money background. So London, I think when I went on my own, and then I went with Stefan, and we had to plan it like fucking 2 months ahead to get a cheap fare down there, and even then we was on a budget when we got down there. So, been Lancaster. That was more personal reasons than anything else. That fucking muppet. Bus shows, Museum of Transport. Might have been Taylor. I might have been on my own even. Might have been Taylor. I cannot remember. Yeah. This was Taylor's little layout. He was on analog at one point, and I converted him to digital, and we ended up with like scenes like this. It took ages for us to get to digital, get him converted to digital. You'll notice like this train's off the tracks. It wasn't a digital train, and we did loads. We used to take all my models there. It'd be great fun. Do miss doing stuff like that. We've got quite a few videos. Obviously you'll all know that one. If I stop the music a second. This has gone on a bit, hasn't it? Bring back some old times. Stuff like this.
It's got absolutely nothing to do with you.
I like that. Cool.
This was an 80s hit. Someone grab her a towel. It's Come On Eileen.
I do love. It's just so.
That's a classic, isn't it, Nige?
That was just great. Oh dear, what was that one? I like these other two. Oh yeah.
Let's keep people dry. Oh look, I hate to see the police wet. Listen, I can help you today. There you go. There you go. You look amazing. And you look really dry. Oh, look at this, man. Listen, I can help you get out of the wet. You ready? There you go.
Back when you could just walk up to people and you had a bit of joy.
It's beginning to look a lot like...
I know that song, and we're not going to go in there. Yeah, health and safety in the UK would not have that. See, we're even diving through videos now. What's that one?
Customer service rule number 1. The customer is not always right. Sometimes they're just a dick.
Hey, Stefan, I didn't know you appeared on here. Stefan's giving lessons.
Am I the only one who thinks that they should just remove the warning labels from shit and let the idiot problem sort itself out? Like, seriously, I cannot be the only one who thinks this way. If you agree, hit the like button.
That's my little niece. She was only about 2. Let's go and fun. I've not seen my little niece in I don't know how long now. Way before this lockdown. Oh yeah, a rookie trying to jump start and I caught her by pushing it along the floor.
Why are people in England so crazy? The shops have been closed for one day. I just popped into town to get some cheese.
Because everybody was eating cheese and crackers yesterday and I was really jealous and didn't have any.
But the store was absolute pandemonium. As I entered the store, there was a duel over baskets. I get to the bread section,
And there's Rita and Deirdre fighting over the last thick sliced bread.
in the milk section, it looked like a load of snow.
It was hard to hear Santa go from ho 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 to ho 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 to shit. Why didn't you grab the nearest liquid and put him out? That would have been a waste of beer. What about water? We don't drink that crap. So how'd you put him out? I peed on him.
This is the shit I get up to. I just sit on TikTok and go through shit.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig.
Oh, back when I had my drone. You used to have strobes on my drone. Who can guess where that was filmed? I used to have strobes on my drone. I could see it from quite a distance away. And then my little niece.
Delilah, look, I'm there.
Don't even know how old she was. She still got this set and she still plays with it.
Delilah. Delilah. Delilah.
Took us a while because batteries, they're that old, they run off like D batteries and stuff like that. She used to assassinate them.
Angel off the track. Oh, we're gonna have to cancel the trains.
Yeah, she still got that. She still plays with it, I believe. Yeah, and my drone as well. That's near where I live now. So this was my DJI Maverick. It's playing fields. I live just over there. This is where somebody lived. Yeah. I have lots on here. Oh yeah, my dog's got a Hoover issue.
Stop. Go to bed.
Yeah, my dog. The doggy has a issue with Hoovers. Stefan, remember this one? Pikey power! You know, all the green roads are... Every driver in the morning we're getting pulled in for the green road on this one. We see you're cornering a little bit hard. It's great seeing it's great seeing the sound of burning rubber from these. And I will do. Yeah, the demolition derby of these. Great fun that was. Excuse me. That was a good one. You have to turn your sound up. Let me put your sound back up. Hang on. Here we go.
649, send your message. Yeah, I've just lost the track rates for the disability scooter.
Oh, I'm just... Yeah, Green Road School went out the window that day. Yeah, I had model railway as well. This was another railway that never got finished. And this was more focusing on the signals because I think I had the signals on automatic. Yeah, I did. It's the same model railway. I never actually ever finished it. And yeah, it's an embarrassment. And then I had stuff like this. This was at the theatre that used to. Stuff I used to concoct up to. Oh, this was automated. I used to do loads of great stuff. Yeah, this is like where I live and stuff like that. It's... Yeah. Geocatcher Angel. That's up in Mottram. Lovely place. That shows history, doesn't it? Mr. Monk. At the depot, can you ring me about your old nighter 3 years ago? No, you can off. They're doing cover photos in all these years. Oh yeah, so we had all my B10 stuff. The driver of this vehicle, we've all seen that. Minions, I do love a good minion. When you finish watching this tonight, right, do a YouTube search for this man, Ron White, and I got thrown out of a bar in New York City. Great piece of comedy. And diamonds. This is getting close to advertising. That'll shut her up. Yeah, I had... This is another one. I had another model railway, which... This is the closest it ever got to finishing. Is I put a station in and ballasted this section. That was it. Little mixer that I used to have. But yeah, this was really as close as this model railway ever got to finishing. That's not my model. That is. And I put... This is the theatre. This is me back when my dad was alive. I don't even know. I was young. That's Bury Bolton Street, which is the East Lancs Railway. The old lighting desk at the theatre. Me again. Oh, of course it's me, it's my Facebook. Back round to the bus driving legends of what we are now. Brings back memories. Yeah, that famous one. Then you got the one about the bus driver who probably just leant on it with his elbow. Suppose what people have tagged me in. Yeah, I could take the piss more, Stefan. 3rd of August, 2013. Hardwick Station, our stomping ground. You will kill me. Probably not. Don't really speak to him. Hardwick Station. This must have been with, Jeffrey. I've only ever seen him once.
Pendolino, chaps.
Who the smegging hell is that? Don't know.
And it's number 10, decade of progress.
Okay. Me riding a bike. See, you say man of many talents, Kenneth, right? This is me at the East Lancs Railway in the carriage and wagon shed where I started to learn my skills of fixing shit. Okay, it wasn't buses. As you can see, it's trains, but it's where I started. A long time ago. God, I remember that, making that up. All these are pictures that my dad took. 2011, bloody hell. Little baby. Again, that was with my dad about. There was an accident. Don't know why that's in there. Oh, I was tagged in that one. This was me back in school. Yeah, Stefan. I know you're still on there. I'm sure you're still streaming. How many of them can you recognise, eh? DL. Not all of them are tagged in here. I've seen Tom. He didn't recognise me, but I recognised him. Same with Chloe. I've seen her since. Natalie, gee whiz. And then my little niece again. I have a lot of spare time, does it show? Yeah, Samuel, no. He probably won't be doing. I'll be going in a minute. My sister killed me when I brought that home. For her. Not fit to run a bus, Theresa May. That's when Hitman gets out of control. Yeah, Mr. Twister, what a legend, yeah. I know. Clean engine bay. As you can see, I like taking out cab seats. It's all I seem to do is take out cab seats. That it took me a bit to get tagged in that one. Let me get back down to where we was. Oh, I remember that day. Yeah, I got in trouble for that. Yeah, Stefan, remember that other piece of crap that came in there? Yeah, that magic, I took it up a motorway for a few miles and it overheated. My fault, apparently. My little niece again. She's now firmly in control and knows what that home button does. Stefan with me, bringing back the B10. Day we bought it, that. Motorway all the way. Those that take the piss for the cab door, that is the cab door we bought it with. That is the cab door we bought it with. What we've got now is an improvement on that cab door. A lot of aerial pictures from the drones. My niece playing with a train set again. Me breaking another bus. That is at the end of the M67 at 3 o'clock in the morning. And all the water that was in it wasn't. And I'd driven it from about Denton off ramp to there with no water in it down a motorway at full pace. Another wonderful church. This is the mill near Ashton Depot, which doesn't stand anymore. As you can tell, it wasn't really standing when I took my aerial pictures of it. That got burnt down. I think this is possibly the closest I came to finishing her layout. And this layout here is actually sat on the other side of my room now. Not in that condition, but it's there. It's all a bit broken now. Oh yeah, someone left a stuffed mouse on the bus. Oh, I had fun with that. Oh, there's the weirdo. Minion. Driving a bus. That was... Yeah, we nicked some adverts. A little minion. Delilah now has stolen. Minion in car. And this picture takes a little bit explaining. More the minions on the fence. Right? Just picture this for a second. My mum went to work with this advert for the minions in one piece in my bedroom. By the time she'd been to work and come back, it was now cut up in half and the minions were screwed onto a fence. And to this day they are still there. Who remembers them? B10s? And that yellow thing? They left that in that yellow van. They left that somewhere with the keys in it and no bugger nicked it. Buxton. My mum on the Jeremy Kyle show. Don't worry, she wasn't a contestant. I remember taking that with Stefan. I'm sure I was with Stefan, and this taxi driver here got very angry at me. Why are you taking my picture? Why are you taking my picture? Because you're in the fucking bus stop, you retard. I broke another bus. Oh yeah, I had this layout as well. See, I had many model railways. I had a tram layout. That didn't last very long. I got rid of that one quite quickly, to be fair. It's a bit of a shame, actually. I do miss that layout. It was a good layout. A guy playing the air guitar in Media City. More trams. I'm a big Bang Theory guy. I had a hamster at one point who used to play on my railway. Yeah, he went mental at me, didn't he? Oh look, another model railway. This is why I won't sell the bus anymore, because all these model railways and all this that I've done, I've always give up and gived in, and I'm not doing it anymore. So I will finish the bus. I miss having my model railways. You know, I could really do with it now in lockdown. Give me something to do. But I think this was another layout. I came close to finishing, but just never quite got there. Oh, there's Claire. Oh, Stefan, remember Claire? Of course he does. We all do. We all remember Claire. Oh yeah, that's when my hamster ran away. I think that was Lewis, setting up some lights with me. That thing. Might be an idea to do in the future, set a model railway up on a bus. Get a Dennis Dart, run it round the outside. I did like open all hours. I prefer the original, but I thought that was just great. Buy one and get another one for the same price. It's about right now, innit? My hamster again. Another model railway layout, which... Can anyone guess what happened to it? If you guessed I never completed it, you'd be right. I didn't. I never completed it. I ripped it up and started again. This was based on something, I put my own twist on it, and it wasn't bad, but I just never finished it again. Never finished it. You see, I got quite far with it, but another one I came close to. This ticket machine, Stefan now has. Works with the computer. Minions, hamsters, kamikaze hamsters, Eddie Stobarts, Saiyans. Thing. Another this. Oh, I made this wall out of scratch, and it took me about 4 days to make. And I was in this. The typical British home has a box room, and that's what I was in. And I used super glue, plastic, cement, everything. Every single day I came out of that room, I must have been high as a flipping kite. Yep, truck coming out of there. I remember this was with Stefan. We seen how much we could spend on the Metrolink. Oh yeah, I remember that. You weren't there, I don't think, Stefan. It's when the well, it's when the tow driver wanted to leave a deposit in the bank. Yeah, some of the layouts were really good. That tram one, if I still had that now, the tram one, I wish I still had it now. It'd be great for what I've got now, because you could make a small compact layout really easily. I might do it again, because the trams were expensive, but the track wasn't. But yeah, this one, yeah, the tow truck driver wanted to leave a deposit and the bus wanted a new taxi. Yeah, I thought you was. Yeah, because was it the taxi or was it the Chinese the bus went into? And the tow driver tried making a deposit in Lloyd's. Bad accident. No one was injured, luckily, but bad accident. Imagine sitting there in your office and next minute this tow truck and bus come at you. I had the right to remain silent, but not the ability. One right. I love that. Stotts piece of crap. Another layout, which again, guess what? Never finished. Some London buses. This is when I went London with Stefan, because we went London for train spotting purposes, and we ended up walking around London instead because it was nice. Yeah, we got HSTs. Knew I had some in here. Another hamster. Another bus stuck under a bridge. Yet another layout. See, I like layouts that you can run round, and that's what I like to do. Yeah, another night at the theatre of how many... That was a pantomime, that. Where was that? I know... Fucking hell, he looks shocked. I know who that is. Bloody hell. If that's Lonnie... Sure that's Lonnie. What were we doing? Oh, I know what we were doing. Yeah, we just worked at getting pissed. I was supposed to be working, but a certain somebody took it over. It was I thought it was the taxi place. He didn't like the tow truck, so he got a taxi. Yeah, we're nearly done an hour of this looking at pictures crap. Working from home. So it's the only way really to go through. Yes, I do remember you having to crouch down to get in the trains in London. That was quite good. Days of getting pissed with a certain somebody. Another family event that was. Not my family, someone else's. I was invited. As long as I took pictures. Any excuse to get pissed. That was my friend's pub. Didn't last too long. I know her name, I won't say it. Got some weird pictures in there. Longdale Trail. More theatre stuff. I think I did about 12 years at the theatre. I did a long time there, and sadly things moved on and things changed, and well, the theatre's not a thing anymore for me really. I still want to do it. I still love doing it and all that, but the people on the board wouldn't move into the 21st century. We'll put it that way. And unfortunately, as much as you pushed them to try and move into the 21st century, they wouldn't move into the 21st century. So, you know, we had some interesting outfits, as you can see on the stage. It's the best bit. Stefan will probably agree. The best bit of the pantomime was a certain young lady in the box helping us. I took a lot of photos of this play. I wonder why. What happened to that one? Anyway, I'm going to be leaving it here, because I think I've whittled on enough. And we've done 2 hours of an hour live stream that I was going to do, and I'm on at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I think it is time that I vamoosh and bugger off. Is that modern railway again? Just before I put all the paint down and I did do a lot, and yeah, shame really. Yeah, carriage and wagon. Did a lot of paint work and removing of stuff. I'm just... There's a lot of history behind what I did and when I did it and why I do certain things. And they'd all tug on heartstrings and stuff like that. And sadly that's the way life is. But I don't want to bore people with that stuff, and I have no interest in boring you with that stuff. But these are my fate. This is why I'd rather my fans sometimes not be on my Facebook, because my Facebook is my history, my life, and Mank Buses is a separate entity, which is why we are set up now as different. We are set up as a group. We are set up as Mank Buses, and it keeps everything separate. We are a group of people which are interested in doing the same thing, which is preservation of vehicles and filming it, and that is how we roll. And we never intend to make a profit. We always looking to put all the money back into our projects. At the moment, as you well know, we've got the B10. We will probably end up putting some money into 96, but that's more for the stuff of getting stuff. Curry bus in Glossop on the 390. That picture is legendary. I'm going to actually open that up, and I'm going to tag someone in that in a minute. So yeah, that's it really, and probably one day I might open up and do a full story on why and how we formed, and history from me from a kid to where I am now, and why sometimes I may be sharp with you guys, or you know, a bit off, because I know many of you have met me in person when I've been driving the bus, and I've been sharp with you, or you know, a bit off and different. But that's just me, unfortunately, at the moment, and has been for a while. But again, I did plane spotting as well. Bloody hell. We will maybe touch on that one day. But until then, I did moons as well. I was a sad bastard. But until then, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for supporting us. Don't forget, we have got Discord now open. If you know anyone that wants to become a bus driver or anything like that, do point them in the direction. The invite link's always valid. It'll be, that one doesn't expire. So you are more than welcome to have people jump in and join in. We're not limited just to buses. We'll do all types of transport and stuff like that. And just point people in the direction of this channel. And if you're not subscribed, do make sure you do. We know that 50% of people aren't subscribed, which means we could actually get to nearly 12,000 subscribers if everybody subscribed. So do it for us. Subscribe. Tell your friends. We're doing a lot more stuff like this. We're really now starting to get in touch with the real world. And thank you, Sean. And everything that we do is inspired by our community, which is you guys at home. And we are very appreciative of this. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Remember, new video every Wednesday. Thank you very much.